Hello. It is your lovely host, Rar, and I have returned with so much goodness, so many good yummy things. Anyway, moving on from that. Today we're going to be showing you how to bring back dinosaurs in the Reborn mod. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what is the Reborn mod? Well, the Reborn mod is a mod that allows you to bring back dinosaurs, and not just dinosaurs. So many yummy things. Such as, you get yourself some prehistoric marine reptiles and fish. It also has extinct Cenozoic creatures, and they have a total of 97 different prehistoric creatures that you can just bring back. So, you might be asking yourself, well, what does that really include? Well, that includes things like the Mega Piranha, you know, those little shitheads that are always attacking you in like those stupid, I don't know, those like in those Bollywood movies with like the crazy, okay, whatever, shut up. Anyways, moving on, we have a lot of different aquatic creatures. Super famous things like the Mosasaurus, that bony ass fish known as the Dunkleosteus. 4 different kinds of cephalopods. I like this one. This one's big. And then my favorite aquatic in the mod right now is the Tylosaur. It's delicious, delectable. How yummy. And of course, they have your famous carnivorous stars of the Jurassic franchise, like your Spino and your T-Rex, as well as their herbivorous counterparts. They also have so many more popular and niche dinosaurs as well. They have like Troodons and like this thing, like I forgot what this one's called, but he's so cool. So this mod brings back like a lot of stuff, and it's better than Jurassic Craft because, well, you're not spending $10 to play it and then getting better quality. Because I don't know if you've seen that Jurassic Craft shit, but it is ass. Anyways, this mod also brings back a bunch of natural spawning fauna, and by a bunch I mean like 2 things. I'm pretty sure for right now. Like, I know they bring back crabs and goats, but goats are everywhere and they need to lower that spot. Oh, they bring back sharks too. I forgot about that. Yeah, they have sharks, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so now that you have a little idea of what the mod is, let's make some dinosaurs. Alrighty, here in this lovely lab that I set up for us, there's 2 main ways to get DNA in this mod. There is the fossil route, and then there is the amber and shard route. Okay, but we're gonna do the amber and shard route later, because that one's, it's the same process, it's just, I guess, slightly easier, and you get better quality stuff. Okay, so to start off with, you come over here and you have your lovely fossils. We're gonna be using the Spinosaurus for this example because I love the Spinosaurus. So first, of course, you're gonna need a pickaxe of some kind, and then plaster and bandages, right? Okay, so what you do, right? You find these fossils like in the wild, like in caves and stuff, right? And they're gonna be retextured in the port that's coming up. So what you do is you find the fossils, and then you apply a plaster and bandage to it. Because if you try to mine these blocks without applying the plaster and bandage first, well, first it's not gonna mine, and second you're gonna lose out on your super cool dinosaur fossil. Anyways, moving on. So you just mine it now, right? And now you have an encased Spinosaurus fossil, right? So I'm gonna put these 2 things back, right? I'm gonna walk over here. The next step is the cleaning station. Okay, so if we take a look here, inside the chest, it has everything we need to kind of get started. Now it takes 10 seconds per fossil being processed. They also have like a pretty cool animation right here, like it's like all spraying and stuff. It's pretty cool. I wish the other ones kind of had an animation like that. I don't know if they do. Maybe the grinder, I'm not sure. Alrighty, so yeah, this is like the first step in like the process, is just reviving it. It's putting the encased fossils that you find out in the wild into a cleaning station. These give you a bunch of different fossils to choose from, not choose from, but you know, to collect. So you also have to use a water bucket in order to make the cleaning station work properly. I think you have 3, 4, you have 8 of these fossils being cleaned before that water bucket is no longer useful, and you'll have to refill it and get new water in here. Also, a cool thing while we wait for the thing to go through, see how it's giving me a bunch of different bones? Well, let's say I want a Spinosaurus skeleton, right? Well, there's 2 different types, right? There is the fossilized one, and there is the fresh skeleton one. And obviously, I'm pretty sure you can tell the difference about, you know, which is which. So the fossilized fossils will give you a super, I personally liked the fossilized more than the fresh. But of course the fresh is also cool, and I'm gonna have both inside of my park when I'm doing my series. So, you know, very cool textures, very cool details. If you collect all of the fossils from, you know, reviving, and if you don't want to use them in the revival process, then you can turn them into skeletons, which are super cool. And we're just gonna put these in here along with this bucket. Alrighty. Now that we're just gonna wait for this final one to go through, and then I'll show you the next step in the process. Okay, so the next step now is the fossil grinder. The fossil grinder grinds fossils, if you couldn't tell. So what you really just put in, you know, all your fossils that you can put in here. I believe you can get 2 different drops, or 3 different drops, apologies. You get either get flint, you'll get bone meal, or you'll get dinosaur DNA, or like dinosaur flesh, or what is it called? Soft tissue. You'll get dinosaur soft tissues from the grinder. Let me see if this one has an animation. It does not. But yeah, I'll just leave this here, and you can kind of just watch while it goes. Alrighty, from that little batch, we only got 2 dinosaur or Spinosaurus soft tissue, and you're probably gonna need more, to be honest. So we're just gonna give ourselves some, but that's how you get soft tissue. But we will use these 2 in this thing. So going on to the next machine is a DNA sequencer. Now what you need here is you need storage disks. The storage disk will contain all of your lovely dinosaur DNA. So we put in storage disks, right, and your Spinosaurus soft tissue. Now this one does take a second, though, I can't even lie to you. Okay, so when this finishes, and it's about to finish up right now, it'll give us a storage disk with a certain DNA quality. You can see to the left right here, it says 17%, 37%, and 2%. Now these are pretty bad percents. So, but yes, you're going to need different DNA quality, right? You're going to need it to get it to 100%, because I'm pretty sure your dinosaurs, you cannot create dinosaurs off of anything lower than a 100% DNA quality genome. Okay, I have some more DNA being put into disks because right now I'm pretty sure this quality can only go up to 56, I'm pretty sure. 56, yeah, 56. And we need a 100% genome in order to be able to create our dinosaur. So we're gonna wait for this to finish up, and then I'll get back. Alrighty, so the next step in the process is the DNA combinator and hybridizer. This does 2 things. This can either give you hybrids, right? So I think you have maybe 5 hybrids in this mod. I think you have the Ankylodocus, you have the Spinoraptor, the Indominus Rex, the Indoraptor, and something I think original to them, which is the Ralphus Rex, which is right here. This Ralphus Rex, or Raphus Rex, or I don't know. I said Ralphus, but whatever. I think they're adding every hybrid that's canon, so I believe Scorpius Rex, but it'll get there when it gets there. Okay, so moving to the DNA combinator, right? So because we need a 100% genome, we obviously need to combine the lower qualities with each other in order to get higher qualities. So right now we have a 47 and a 37 together, which is going to give us 84, which is going to give us an 84% purity, and then we'll just need one of these in order to finish the genome. So we will watch in fastness. Alrighty, now that we have our 100% DNA quality Spinosaurus, the next step is to move on to the DNA synthesizer. So for this, we're going to need empty test tubes and DNA nucleotides. DNA nucleotides, here, let me just show you how to get them real quick, because they're kind of difficult to get. Or not difficult, but they're kind of confusing, and people probably won't know how to get them. So you're going to take a water bottle, right? Oops. I don't really want the water bottle with me. I think I need to turn this off, yeah. And so what you're going to do, right, is you're going to put the water bottle into a furnace, and it'll give you a DNA nucleotide. It doesn't have to be a potion. It can just be a water bottle. So yeah, that's how you get DNA nucleotides. And then empty test tubes is a simpler recipe. So you'll take your Spinosaurus DNA quality 100, right, or whatever dinosaur you're using, and then you'll put your empty test tubes here and your DNA nucleotides right here. Now this process is pretty long, I think, kind of. Not really, it's like 30 seconds, I think, but yeah. Alrighty, now that this little process has gone through, also once you get 100% DNA quality, you can pump out infinite of DNA. So you'll take your Spinosaurus DNA, and you're gonna come to the embryonic machine. Now, you need... My goodness. The fucking thunder. Anyways, you need empty syringes and you need a petri dish. So you'll take your Spinosaurus DNA and I think you put it up. Oh, nope. Oh, right there. I put it in the wrong spot. And you will put your petri dish right here and your empty syringe right here. What this is going to do is it's going to give you Spinosaurus DNA syringe or something like that. We're about to find out right now. Let's take a look. It gives you the Spinosaurus syringe. So you take your Spinosaurus syringe and Anyway, now you take an egg, which you're going to need an egg and your syringe for the embryo calcification machine. You're going to take your syringe and obviously put it where the syringe is and put your little egg right here. Well, once we do that, guess what we get? Also, it has like a little animation right here of it pumping down, which is pretty cool. We get our Spinosaurus egg. Okay, now that we have our Spinosaurus egg, obviously, well, you would think you can put it down. You can't. You're going to need to come to your incubator, right? And your incubator, you're going to need peat moss. You can find moss around the world, and I think like what, 9 of them? You need 9 moss and to turn it into peat moss. And then you put your peat moss right here inside of the incubator. Put your Spinosaurus egg right here. I forget which one is for female and which one's for male. But I know if you put it to the left, you're either going to get a guaranteed female and male. And if you put it to the right, you're going to either get a guaranteed male or female, right? I think if you put it in the orange, well, no, if you put it in the orange, it'll be random. It'll be completely random. So it won't have like a, it won't have like a defined, I guess, gender. So we're just going to wait for it to incubate and you get to watch that happen because it's like a super long process. I don't even know how long it is. I think it's like maybe like 5 minutes. Alrighty, so our Spinosaurus egg has hatched. We now have a hatched Spinosaurus. So I've set up 2 enclosures and I'm going to get to the aquatic and Cenozoic revival process right now, but let's go take a look at our lovely baby Spinosaurus. Alrighty, so I set up our little enclosure for him here. We're going to just pop him down. Oh my goodness, he's so beautiful, and by he I mean she, because that's most certainly a she. She looks a little bit silly because she's small. Animations aren't fully like out there, and also the Spinosaurus animation is kind of janky. I'm pretty sure it's going to be hopefully modeled and animated in the port, but we will see. Okay, so now that we completed the main like revival thing, right, which is like, you know, like your land dinosaurs and stuff. However, if you look right here, this little walks around way. Look right here. There is another process for reviving, obviously, your aquatic dinosaurs, and this is the gestation process, and it's basically the same thing. Honestly, it's easier because it's way less time than the incubator. I'm just saying, but you know, it's basically the same process, and here, let me show you how it works. Okay, so the entire process is basically the exact same thing up until, obviously, your embryo calcification machine. So you're going to do the entire process like you would with the Spinosaurus from like, here, we'll use the Tylosaur. We'll use the Tylosaurus as an example. Alrighty, so you're going to go through basically the entire process, right? You're going to get your, you know, your fossil, you're going to encase your fossil, you're going to get, you know, your fossils, right? And then you're going to get your soft tissue from the fossils. You're going to get your 100% DNA quality, obviously your Tylosaurus DNA. It's going to go to the exact same process to get DNA. You're going to put it here, synthesizer. Oh, this thing's still going. Cool. You can go to your synthesizer, you want to go into your embryonic machine, you're going to put your DNA here, you're going to get a syringe. And now this part, you don't go to your embryo calcification machine. Instead, you're going to come over here to a cultivator. I have a cyan one. There's a lot of different colors actually. Let me show you. Oh wait. Cultivator. You got a lot of different colors of cultivators. Very cool. Anyways, so you're going to need 2 water buckets to fill it up, and then you're going to need something for nutrients. So you're going to put your water bucket there and your other water bucket right there. And you see how you need nutrients right here? Because if you try to put it in here, it won't do anything because you need your nutrients in. So we're going to go... I think I like the female version of it more. Also, I figured it out. So the yellow is for a female and the red is for a male, and in the middle is obviously for randomized gender. So the cool thing about this is that the process doesn't take forever, and you get a cool little guy right there. So we're gonna wait for this guy to kind of finish up, and then yeah. Alrighty, our process is done. So now we take our gestated dinosaurs, right? And let's go put her inside of our little tank. Of course it's small because obviously once I leave, he'll never grow again. She'll never grow again, but for right now, this will have to do. So we put her down, and she's so beautiful. I have like a little observation place right here. So let's go take a look at her. She's so cute. But yeah. So that's how you get your aquatics. Your aquatics and your Cenozoics are the exact same process, by the way. Super cool Tylosaurus, by the way. I absolutely love this design. It is the Jurassic Park the game design. Here, the Jurassic Park the game design, and it is absolutely beautiful. Okay. Anyways, so now I'm going to show you another way of getting DNA. And this is through your DNA extractor. There are 3 things you can put into a DNA extractor to get dinosaur DNA or animal DNA. The others are plants, and no offense, but I don't really care for the plants. So to start off, we have mosquito and amber. Mosquito and amber will give you only terrestrial dinosaurs, right? And it'll give you dinosaurs except the dodo. I don't know why the dodo's in here with the mosquito with amber, but whatever, I guess. Your sea lamprey. Your sea lamprey gives you all your silly little lovely aquatics, right? So it'll give you only your aquatics, and that'll be it. And then your frozen leeches. Your frozen leech will give you your Cenozoics. I don't know why the dodo's not in with the frozen leech, but whatever, right? So each one gives you different animals, right? This will give you solely dinosaurs besides the dodo, which I don't know, again, I don't know why it's in there, but whatever. This will give you solely your marine reptiles, and then this will give you solely your Cenozoics, except your dodo, because for some reason your dodo is not with your Cenozoics, even though everyone knows that everyone puts the dodo in the Cenozoic table when there's aquatic, Jurassic, and Cenozoic. Okay, everyone puts the dodo in the Cenozoic one. Okay, alrighty, let's see if it's done. Oh, we're about to finish. Okay, so here we got a Pachycephalosaurus from our terrestrial one, and it will keep going until you run out of mosquito and amber and storage discs. Let's see what we get here. Your sea lamprey. Let's see what we get. Come on. Come on. There we go. You get your coelacanth or your coelacanth, whichever way you want to say it. I don't really care either way. I like coelacanth, but coelacanth also sounds pretty cool too. And then here you get your megatherium. Obviously, your coelacanth or coelacanth is a fish. Your megatherium is like some kind of sloth, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what that one is. Megatherium. It's like, yeah, kind of like a sloth here. Let's see. Let's just... kind of a sloth? I don't really know. Yeah, and then obviously your Pachycephalosaurus is a Pachycephalosaurus. Oh my goodness. And death comes for us all. Die! 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 Delicious. But yeah, that's how you make your dinosaurs. That's how you make your little processes and your separate ones, your other ways of getting DNA over there. Obviously, your aquatics and your terrestrials. Obviously, pteranodons and everything like that. Flyers are the same for like Spinosaurus and whatever. Same exact process. Besides the Cenozoic creatures, which you get from the gestation. And yeah, that's about it. I made this video because I saw someone in the chat earlier, or not chat, well, yeah, chat, the little Discord messages. He was asking about how to make the processes, and I saw like Draith. He had said like you search it up on YouTube. There's always processes on there, and I was like, okay, so what am I gonna find if I go to search it up, right? So I went to go search it up, and don't get me wrong, I think the process is pretty good, but it's also there's some that are just kind of like cramped and like I don't know, they were just kind of cramped and it didn't really feel like it was really clear cut, and then they weren't also great quality. So I kind of made this one to give a nice quality, give you show you how it works, and give you a little bit more information about the mod itself. But yeah, videos soon, I think. Anyway, probably. Anyways, but yeah, so videos soon, I think. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.